So we finished making the head. Now we're going to go on to make the handle. And this is a half-inch diameter. That's going to be 6.5 is the finished length. So let's go up to New, Part, Sketch. We'll sketch out a circle first, so right-click Circle. It's a shortcut. Half-inch diameter. Let's type in 0.5. And I believe it was 6.5 is the finished length. Let's double check that all that's correct. 6.5, half inch. Good. Now I see this 6.125 all the way over to here is going to be 0.4375 in diameter. So let's go back over to this and open up the origin. Let's make a new sketch on the YZ. Turn it over. Slice your graphics. So it doesn't go all the way across. It says from this point to here is 6.125. We need to figure out what this distance is, how far over it comes. So let's take a look. We have 3.2 to this point, and another 0.25 to this next line. So that'd be 0.25 plus 0.2 is 0.45. So 3.45. There's our 3.45. And from the center point up to here, let's look back at this other drawing again. It says this diameter is 0.4375, but I want to divide that by 2. Okay, almost done. We do need to show that this is cut. So tab, 30 degrees, same as what we did with the head. Tab, 30. Connect back, finish your sketch. Revolve, cut. Pick your 3 profiles. Axis is still the Z-axis. Check OK. This is still supposed to be a half inch. It says there's 2 of those, 1, 2. This one, however, is not. These, from here on out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 are all 0.425. So let's change that right away so we don't make any mistakes. So right click, new sketch, turn it over, slice graphics, rectangle, let's double check our measurements here. We said this is 0.425, so 0.425 divided by 2. So now we have the height of that. It comes all the way over to 3.2. Yeah, that'll work. And this is still going to have a cutting bit on it. And that has that 30-degree angle, so we can tab and take that into 30. Connect it back up top. Finish your sketch. Revolve. Cut. Click both profiles. Axis is the Z-axis. Select OK. Right, so that's this one. This last one is actually 0.43. And yeah, let's go and make that one too. 0.43 is actually bigger than 0.425, so we should go and change that. That was this. Alright, so quick modification. We'll have this be 0.43 divided by 2. Finish our sketch. Should be just slightly thicker. And we'll make a new sketch here. We'll put that other one back on the way we had it before. What's going on here? Slice graphics. That looks better. Project geometry. I want to see that. We need to figure how far back these are going to go. I know that from here to here is 0.425 divided by 2. Big difference, right? You can see it is cut in just a little bit more. This is lined up over here. So we do still need to make a cut. And I forgot to dimension that, so let's do that now. Make sure that's a 30-degree angle. Okay. It's going to come just in front of this, so this has a distance of 4. These all have 2, so that should be 0.6. Away from the end is where it starts. And let's add an extra 30-degree angle up here. Tab, 30. Finish your sketch. Revolve. Cut. Pick your 3 profiles, 1, 2, and 3. Axis is the Z-axis. So slightly different, but if you're being graded with a dial caliper, it's going to be an easy thing to see. Okay, now we need to take this all the way down to 0.35. And there's 4 of those. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, so first let's get this little nubby here. So it's from 0.3 or 3.2 to 2.5 plus 0.2, so 2.7. 2.7 to 3.2. Slice graphics. Rectangle. Dimension is going to be our 0.35 divided by 2. Said this is 2.7, right? And 3.2. Let's just double check. 3.2, 2.7. Good. And 2.7 is going to be that plus this. Good. We're just hacking this to pieces, aren't we? Tab, 30. Okay, finish your sketch. Revolve, cut. Select your 3 profiles. Axis, Z. Okay. Next one, YZ plane, new sketch, turn it over, slice your graphics. We know it's going to be in here somewhere, so we can drop that in place. This is still going to be the 0.35, but we can just match it up with what we had before. What we're interested in is this 2.5, and 1.8 plus 0.2 is 2. So 2.5 to 2. 2.5, 2. And here, if we project the geometry of this, we can make a constraint. It's actually a vertical constraint this time. Between these lines, line them up, go back to our line tool, put in a 30-degree angle, and another 30-degree angle. I notice that this is off, so let's make a coincident point. Bring that back down where it's supposed to be. Finish, revolve, cut. All three, axis Z, check. Next sketch. Slice graphics. Rectangle. So we did this one already. Now we have 1.8 and 1.3. Here's our 1.8. 1.3. We'll project the geometry of this top line. Use a vertical constraint to line these lines up. Use line to show the edge of the cutting bit. Finish, revolve, cut. Axis is still Z. We're almost done. Okay. Last one is between 1.1 and let's see here, 0.4 plus 2, right? So 0.6, 1.1 and 6. New sketch. Slice graphics. One point one, 0.6. Project geometry with the thing next to it. Vertical constraint to line those up. Line tool to get the angles. Uh-oh. Went the wrong way with that line. Undo, create a new line. Let's try this one more time. Tab, 30. That looks good. Finish, revolve, cut. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, last bit. To add the threads on here. This is 0.4, it's 3/8. It's a different diameter. So you have to right click, make a new sketch, slice your graphics, rotate it. 2-point rectangle. The end of that is 0.4 away.